Hi, welcome to all of you. In this particular session, I am going to explain the important concept of Python, which is nothing but a data type. And the data type which I am going to explain is list and its operations. So let's proceed here. So agenda for today's session is that I will be giving an overview of list, what is list, then all its operations. It will not be all, you can go to the Python docs and then you can see all the operations listed over there. I will give few of them and then I will explain with Python code in Jupyter Notepad. So let's see what is data type list. So list is nothing but order collection of items. It is mutable sequence that you can change in place, the value in place, allow duplicate member also. Item can be of any types. Heterogeneous collection, that means it is having, you can see this is float, this is a string, and this one is integer. So this is heterogeneous. It can take any kind of data type. It can take string also, decimal float type value also, and integer also. It can grow and shrink arbitrarily. So you can add anything on the list, you can delete anything, so it will grow and shrink also. Can be nested. Element of list can be list. So that means list inside list, meaning of this. So here you can see it is float, a string, integer, and then inside that we have one list again. So this is, let's suppose, L2 list. So this is called nesting of list. Elements are accessed by offset with indices. So if you have a list here, so it start with 0, 1, 2, 3, dot dot dot, n minus 1. If you have, let's suppose, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so this can be the element or the value of this particular list can be accessed by this offset or indices. So if you want to, let's suppose, access this particular value, so you can just write it L of 0, so it will print 3. If you want to access L of list of 2, then corresponding this particular value 5 will be printed. Now let's see what is this L, 0 and 3. So the meaning of this one is, this is the start indices and this is end. So access the value starting from 0 to 3, but the point to be noted here, 3 will not be included, it will be excluded. So it will give you a value of indices 0, 1 and 2. So the meaning of this is as this is this L0, L1 and L2. So it will be printed 3, 4 and 5, but not at the position of 3 because it is, this 3 is excluded. So just you have to remember in this, for this particular one. And the mutable sequence can be modified in place. So this, as I said to you, the list is mutable. Mutable means this can be changed. So let's suppose if you have value inside list and if you want to change the value of indices 1, so what you will do, you will just write L of 1 equal to, let's suppose, 5. So you can change the value of list in place. Here no need to take the working copy like in unmutable, like in a string. If you want to change that, it will, working copy will be created, then it will be merged to the original one. Here the changes will be in place, it will come directly and put it here. So the new list would be 1, 5 and 3 after doing this one. So this is the all list operations. This all we will see in Jupyter Notepad. I will give you the example with example all these things. So let's proceed here. So this is the operator and the purpose. So when you give this Lj, so this is the indices and this is the list. So it will give you the element at index j. So if you have this list one, let's suppose this is the list 1, 2, 3. This is 0, 1, 2. So j is nothing but this is the indices. So when you say j1, it will give you 2. This also we have seen that L start and a stop, but this stop will not be included. So when you say start from 1 and then to 3, so the meaning of this that value of L1 then value of L2 but not value of L3. So this will not be printed. So this stop will not be included inside that. This is excluded. So slicing, this is actually a slicing of list L at indices a start and a stop, and you can see this is the meaning of this. This is excluded. So a stop value is excluded. Apart from that, everything will be printed from a start. Now if you see this one, L, a start, a stop, and a step. So this is also slicing. So let's take one example here. So when we have a list here, 1, 2, 3, let's suppose 4, 5, 6, and 7. And when we say, let's suppose L, start with 0, stop at 9, let's suppose, or 8, and a step is 2. So as we know that this at position will not be included. So what is the actual value of this? So this will slice, it will take the value, start from 0, then a start plus a step is nothing but 2. So the next value will be printed 0 plus 2, and then it will start plus 2 cross a step. So what is this? A step 2. So what would be printed? 0, 2, then 4, then what would happen? You can see here the step is 2 and 2, so this will be 6, 8. So here we have given 8. So what would be the printed value? So this will be printed, 1 will be printed here. Then if you see, this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 indices. So 0, 0th value will be printed. Then at the second indices value will be printed. Then 4, then 6, then it will go to 8, and then it will go to 10. So it will step by 2. So 0, 2, then 4, then 6, then 8, then 10, and then it will check the stop criteria, when to stop. So let's suppose if you have a more value here, 7, 8, 9, 10. So even though if this calculation will come here, let's suppose 10, 12, but when we are saying a stop criteria, so this will not be printed, this particular indices. It will stop when it will come to 8. Okay, so the slicing L at indices start, it will be a start plus a step, and then a start plus 2 cross a step up to, but not including a stop. So the stop will not be included, so it will be a stop before 8. So that means 7, since we have given 8 here. This one L plus S. So when we have a two list, one is L and another is S, so it will concatenate list L and S. Here L multiply with K, which is meaning is replicating list L K times. So let's suppose when we are giving list multiply by 3. So this list will be replicated 3 times. And this is X in L. So containment check if X is contained in L or not. So let's suppose if you have a list here 1, 2, 3, and when we say that 2 in L, so this will print true. When we say 4 in L, so this will print, it will give output false because 4 is not in this particular list. Same way X not in L. So if you say that 4 not in L, so this will say true because 4 is not inside this list. comparing lists. So this the comparison of two lists also can be performed. So when we have a first list L and the second list else, so it will go in lexicographic manner. So it will first compare this one. So when I am saying L equal to S, so it will say true if all the elements are same. So it will compare this one. So these are same. This also is same. Here also you can see it is same. This is also same. This is also equal value. So it will say okay, L equal to S is true. But if you see here comparing list, so when we say L equal to S, so it will compare this one same, this also same, this also same, but here it is not same. If you see, it is 4, this is 5, so it will say false. But when we'll say L less than S, then it will correct, because L is less than S in lexicographic manner. So here 4 is less than 5, others are equal to. So here this is same, this is same, so this is same. So this will say true. Okay. So this is the list operation. L equal to S. Check if L and S are equivalent. Element wise comparison will happen. L not equal to X checks for not equivalent. L less than S, is L lexicographically less than S or not, that's which I have already showed to you. L less than equal to S, is L lexicographically less than or equal to S. L greater than S, it will be say check similar manner. L greater than equal to S, it will be also check like that only. So you can see here, this is the all list operations which I have already explained theoretically. Let's see practically in Jupyter Notepad. So if you see here, this is the list operation, creating empty list. So here we have a list, and this is the square bracket. This will be created empty list. So let's run this one. So no value inside this list. This is the empty list. If you see this one, the list operation, here we have a list. This is a heterogeneous value. We have already seen that the list is heterogeneous, not homogeneous. It can take any kind of data type. This is float, this is a string, this is integer. So this is heterogeneous. So this will create a list, all the value inside the square bracket. So let's print and see what is this. So it is printed this one as a list. Now if you see here, if you want to check the length of a list, so you have to just print len l. So printing the length of the list. So let's see what is the length of list. So this is the 3 is the length of list, because 3 items we have inside the list, 1, 2 and 3. Similarly, if you want to append something inside the list, if, as I said to you, this can shrink or grow. So here I am going to add some value inside this list. So L dot append, this is the function 22. So appending an element to the end of the list. So this 22 will be added at the end of this particular list, and when you will print it, it will print it. So here you can see this 22 added at the end of this particular list. Here list operation insert. So here also you can insert at the position of 1 if you want to insert 22. So this is the 0th index, 1 and 2. So here at the place of 1, 22 will be inserted. So let's print this one. So you can see here initially it was 2.0 hello and 11, but at the place of index value 1, 22 has been added. Then if you see here, this is the pop-up. So you can pop up some value also. So let's print this, what is happening here. So you can see here from the at the end, the pop-up automatically happened. So 11 has been popped up from this particular list. If we run again, let's see what is happening. So again it is 11 only, it is popped up. So at the last value would be popped up. Okay. Then here we have a appending an element to the end of the list. So what is the difference between this append and if you see here this one, here we are adding one integer. Okay, but as I said to you earlier, we can add nested listing also. So inside list we can add one more list also. So here what we are doing, we are adding one more list which is nothing but 1 2 3. So let's see what is happening here. So you can see here inside this initial list L, we have added one more list inside this. So this is the nesting of list. Inside one list we have added another list also. Then this is the list operation. If you want to access the element of a list, let's suppose this one L, this is the 0th index, first, second, so on, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. So if you want to access the element of a list, so this is the 0th index value. So L0, L1, L2, L3, let's print it. So if you can see here, L0 is nothing but 2.0, L1 hello, L2 11, and then L3 is nothing but a complete list. So that is printed here. If you want to access the value of this particular list inside list, then how to access that? So this is at the this particular list at the indices 0 1 2 3. So here we can say list go to the list itself, that the third position, and then inside that go and iterate to 0 1 and 2. So the third position is same here, but inside that it is again 0th index, first index, and the second index. So if you run it here, it will print 1 2 3. So I hope you would have understood how to access the list inside list. Similarly, you can see here list operation membership. If you want to check whether a 2.0 is inside L or not. So since 2.0 is inside this list, so it will return true. Let's check that. So this is true. But when I will say 3.0 in list, so it will say false, because if you see inside this list, 3 is not there. Okay, so you can check the membership also for inside list. So this 11 in L, if you see here, this is also true. So do we have 11 inside that? Yes, we have 11 here. So it is saying true. Searching for an element, you can search this element 11. So let's see what is this printing. So this is printing the 11 is at the place of second. So if you see here, this is 0th index, 1 and second. So at the second position, 11th is present. So it is saying second. If you see this 12, then this is will give you error, because 12 is not in the list. As you have seen that here 12 is not there in our initial list. So that's why it is giving error. Then concatenation, you can see here we have a L1 with 1 and 2, list L2, 3 and 4. If you want to add this two list, you can give just L1 plus L2. So you can see here 1 2 and 3 4 has been added together. Then repeating, so L1 you have 1 and 2, and if you want to repeat, we have already seen that this is the list and this is the k time. So the k is nothing but here 3, so it will repeat 3 times, 1 2 first time, second time, and third time. If you give here, let's suppose 5, then it will repeat 5 times. You can see here one group, second, third, then fourth, and then fifth. List operation, this is L1 1 2 3. L1 at first position you want to give the empty list. Then let's see what is happening. So at the place of first position, so this is the in place of second, because this is the value 2, but this is at the place of first indices. So at the first indices, empty list has been inserted. Now if you want to delete an element in a given position, if you have L1 1 2 3, and inside this L1 you want to delete something with empty lists, so it will start with 1, and then 2 will be the second position will not be included in this. As you know, we exclude this one, the stop criteria, this one, the second one. So it will be first position will be replaced with empty. So if you see here, at this is the first position, it has replaced with empty list. Then to delete an element in a given position, you want to delete from this list first position, then you see what is happening. 2 has been deleted because the index value for 2 is 1. Then to delete an element by value, so you can just remove this 2, so it will remove here 2. If you want to remove, let's suppose 3, so just give 3 here, and then 3 will be removed. To delete an element by value, if you want to let's suppose remove 4, but 4 is not here, so let's see what is happening. So it will give error list dot remove x not in list, because 4 is not available in this particular list. If you want to sort the list, because this is 1 2 3, and if you want to sort the list, then see what is happening here. So the sorting happened. If let's suppose I have given here 5, then what is happening, let's see. So it has sorted in ascending order. If you have, let's suppose 8, then 0, then 7, then see what is happening. Then also it will sort in ascending order. Then list operation, reversing the list. If you want to reverse this particular list, you just use the reverse function, it will be reversed. So 3 2 1. Now if you want to extend the list, you want to add 1 2 in original list, if you want to add this 4 5 6, see what is happening here. So this 4 5 6 has been added to the original list L1. Appending an element, if you see here, so 1 2 3, here it is extended, here I am going to append. So let's see what is happening here. So but try to understand the difference here. In append, the list, the complete list has been added inside this original list, but here it is value has been added. So if you want to access the element of this 4 5 6, then you will just give let's suppose I want to access this L of I want to access 5 0 1 2 3 fourth position. So let's see what is printing this one. So this is printing 5, but if you do the same thing here, if you do the same thing here, see what is printing here. So this is giving list index out of range, because this 4 5 6 is 0 1 2 at the third position. So the complete list we have to access it. So it is giving 4 5 6. If you want to access the value inside this list, then you have to give the index again, like 0, then it will print you 4. If you want to access 1, then it will print you 5. So I hope you would have understood the difference between extend and append. Here it is a slicing. So let's suppose if we have a list L1 1 2 3 5 6 7 8, and L2 I want to get the value from L1 starting point 1 to 3, but the 3 will not be included here. So 1 and 2. So what is the 1 and 2 value? This is 0 1 2. 2 and 3 would be assigned to L2. So this is 2 and 3. List operation slicing, here you can see here 1 and 8, and this is 2. So if you see this one, what it is printing here, this is 1 to 8. So that means 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So this is 1 3 5 and 7. Okay, similarly you can see this one, the list operations slicing, the same thing is happening here. If you want to compare the list operation here, comparing L1 and L2, so lexicographical manner it will compare it. So first 1 1 same, 2 2 also equal, 3 3 also equal, 4 4 also equal, 5 5. So L1 equal to L2, it will print true. If you want to compare this one, if you see here L1 less than equal to L2, so see what is printing here, this is also true, because if it is not less than, at least but it is equal. But if you see this one 1 2 3 4 5 6, here 1 2 3, this is 5. So once it will compare this 4 and 5, 4 is less than, so L1 and L2, if you see here, it is true. If you give L1 less than equal to L2, this also give you true. But when you give this equal to, greater than equal to, then it is false. So I hope you would have understood all the operations. If you have any question, please put it in comment box. I will try to answer as much as possible. So thank you for now.